So I recently read a story about a guy had been talking to this lady for a while online. They were doing online dating. And she was going over to pick him up. Something was wrong with his car. His car was in the shop. This was their first date. She had thought from the amount that they had been talking online that he may be the one, that she may be lucky this time and this was true love. So when she got over to his place, he said he was just going to run to the restaurant real quick and pick up some food for his mother and his siblings. When they got to the little restaurant, he patted his pockets and realized that he had forgot his wallet at home. But since they were going to take the food back to his mother and siblings anyway, she offered to pay for the food, and when he took it in the house, she sat outside and waited, and he never came back. She called, he had blocked her number. She went to the dating profile, he had deleted his profile. She later came to find out that he took the food that she bought back to his pregnant wife and kids. True love. Hello, Governor. This is Rekkai Steed, new from the Ville. I'm going to jump right into this. Today I'm covering Princess Bride, and the title for this is True Love a Lie? Now, if you've seen The Princess Bride, you know that the themes of Princess Bride deal with love, marriage, justice. Westley, our hero and our farm boy at the beginning, was taken away from the lady that he was working from, a Miss Buttercup. He's taken away, he has to go to war, but in that, Buttercup gets a report that his ship was taken down by the dread pirate Roberts. So Buttercup is distraught. She really fell in love with Westley and considered him to be the love of her life. But in waiting for him, and it's been some years now, and she thinks he's dead to a degree, she is destined to marry the current king. She doesn't like him at all, but she's going to marry him. And in going to marry him, the rival country, they kidnap her. But when they kidnap her, there's someone on the heels of the kidnappers. Long story short, turns out to be Westley. And he has fought his way back through the most awful of circumstances to find his way back to his true love, Buttercup. But Buttercup is betrothed to another man at this point. So even though Westley was her true love and she thought he was dead, he instantly becomes her side dude because she is promised to someone else, to the king. What exactly is true love? Like, we all assume that we have felt love before. And there's all different types of love. There's familial love, love that you have for your friends, love that you have for your partners, love that you have for the people that you're attracted to, and I'm sure there's some of us that have never ever even felt love before or given love before. So what exactly is it? And why is it something that, if you think you can define it, why is it so very different for everyone? For a lot of people, love, they can't get past the physical, the attraction, even the lust. And they mistake that for love. And that's why when you're growing up, your parents will be quick to tell you, when you're in school, that puppy love is not real. And they call it puppy love is because many times you have these new feelings that you're dealing with, and it's the physical, the attraction. Not so much lust, even though these kids are doing way different stuff at much younger ages these days, so Lord. The one thing I do know about love is supposed to be selfless. It's supposed to be sacrificial. But we are taught love through culture. Your parents may sit you down, or that was the way it used to be, that your parents would sit you down, and what was assumed was have the, bird and the bees talk. And nobody does that anymore. Nobody has this corny birds and the bees talk. But If a parent sits their child to talk, they talk really only about sex and making sure that they're ready for it and making sure that you don't get taken advantage of and you protect yourself and things like that. But parents never talk to their children about love. Mine didn't. And I know my mom sat me down and we did have the talk about sex and stuff like that, but she couldn't talk about love. Not because she had never felt love, not because she had not loved, but because she was in a dark place when it came to love. My father was a serial adulterer, I guess, or as I was told, and she was hurting, and they were still married at the time. Culture teaches us our expectations of love, and unfortunately music, TV, movies teach us that we live in a side chick, side dude, poly, what have you, just a weird space when it comes to love. And I don't think anyone that can really define it. Do we actually want love? Or are we enamored with the thought of being in love? You know, a lot of women will tell you about they have thought about their wedding since they were little girls and planned out all this stuff. But it was the pageantry. It wasn't the love. For the pageantry, they'll take whatever dude. If some dude, even if you know in your heart of hearts that that's not the right dude for you, but he proposes, the divorce rate is so high, you figure, what, he proposed, he's willing to give me a ring, I don't have to be alone, I'll take it and see if it works. If it doesn't, well, then we'll just get a divorce. It's not even a thought. Saying your vows almost doesn't mean anything anymore. Almost. Are people settling? Especially when we live in a time where there are so many women that are trying to search for the same dude. And I'm speaking from this cis male, hetero, but what I'm saying in my experience and the angle that I'm talking from is, do we have unrealistic expectations? There are so many women out here that say that they want a, and I'm talking from the African American community, so they want a man over 6 feet tall, dark skinned, and he's got to make over $100,000 a year and have this and have that and have this and have that and only be this and no baby mamas and blah, blah, blah. And what they bring to the table is some used coochie. Okay. Like the rules that they put on the relationship don't apply to them. They can have 4 kids and 4 baby daddies, have a body count as high as a Floyd Mayweather's record. Doesn't matter. Because you know what? They're the woman and they're the prize. That's what culture has taught us. They went out of their way to say that they don't need a man. And if they want a man, they got to have the best man out there. Even though they are not the best woman out there. What is love? I've loved and been in love. And I probably think of, and where I'm at today, I did not think that I would be here. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. It's none of your business. You can speculate all you want. I'm a young man. But unfortunately, twice divorced. The first one was, I initiated the divorce. She was a great woman, but she had her own demons that she could not get past and refused to get past at the time. She is currently in her second marriage, and from last I heard, flourishing, doing fantastic. She got the help that she needed and found herself a great man, and she is doing fantastic. And I couldn't be happier for her. I moved on, had 4 fantastic kids with my wife, but I was in need of some therapy that I didn't get. And when I did start to get it, it was a little too late. And I'm just going to tell you about my side of the street. I'm not going to tell you about her side of the street. I did not destroy our marriage. She did not destroy our marriage, but it was destroyed. Um, it is what it is. So I didn't think that I would be here, and I was in love with that woman. Nowadays, I still love her. I barely like her, but I still love her. It's what it is. And really, in thinking about what is true love, I can think there's probably only one woman ever that I think that got away from me. You know, that one that you'd be like, what if? If everything had worked out, what if? Her name was Avon, and she was from, I want to say, Guyana. And she was visiting her sister, who was a student at U of L. Her sister was from Lexington, Kentucky. I think her sister's name was Kim. I barely remember. But Avon's mother was married to Kim's father. And the weird thing is, Avon was visiting, and she was visiting her sister at U of L, staying with her sister, and we ran into each other, and we got to talking, and it's one of those things about when you talk to somebody and it seems like minutes and you find out it's been hours. It just, everything was right. And she was absolutely gorgeous, like runway model gorgeous, you know. Body was on 10. Face card would never be denied. Dark skin, had that accent. Even though she spoke English, she had an accent where you'd be like, where was you from? She spoke a few languages. Just, whew. And then beyond physical attraction, the mental attraction that we had, and I'm not even going to get into the other. Yeah. But everything was right. But the crazy thing is, after we had been together for a little bit, come to find out that her visa is up and she had to go back to the country she came from. And her mom actually rolled up on me and was like, you know, my daughter is crazy about you. And I was like, yeah, I'm crazy about her too. She's like, well, why don't you marry her? Say what, ma'am? Why don't I do what? Oh. You done made that up. I mean, I liked her. I could even say I loved her. And she may have been the one. But I knew in that moment, I was not the one. Deuces. I can't. And again, never know what happened. She did go back, and I never saw her again. And I'll leave you with this, that true love is not about finding someone who is perfect. Never has been. True love is about finding someone who's perfect for you. Drop a like, leave comments, share, and by all means, hit the bell to catch all my posts, because you need to subscribe. Rekkai Steed, Noob from the Ville.